Kendrick Lamar releases a single.
Yeah.
I think it's fire.
Okay.
I think he's been on a can't miss streak for about 6 months now. I think he's setting the stage for an epic run. You thought it was mid.
That's not what I said.
How'd you describe it?
I said what I was wondering is what the reason that the track was dropped, because I thought it was kind of an average filler track. Now, let me tell y'all something. It's not mid, because mid is something that's kind of whack. You got to think of what's average for Kendrick Lamar. Fair right? Enough. It's an album cut. And so I'm thinking, like, why is the song coming out? Now, let me tell y'all something real quick. And I want everybody to hear my voice on this. I do not dick ride. I know that we live in the most dick riding culture. And I'm not saying that people who love this track are dick riding. All right. I'm not saying that. I do not dick ride. I don't dick ride. I don't dick ride. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. All right. Tell y'all something. Started listening to Kendrick Lamar way back in the day, ADHD, Section 80, overly dedicated, gigantic Kendrick Lamar fan. I have not liked every Kendrick Lamar song the same. Y'all are so religiously, not you, Mark, I'm just talking to people. Y'all are so religiously dedicated to these millionaires that anybody that has any type of opinion that you don't agree with, you got to start throwing all types of different fucking insults. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I am not going to dick ride no matter what. I'm not going to dick ride. I'm not going to say something to be next to somebody else. I'm not going to everything that he said. Oh, are you? You ain't got no picture though. I want to see the picture. Like if everything that he said in the song,
my brother Van wants a picture, sir.
That looked like a. I thought that was a lady.
Nah, that's our brother Kime Aboyade.
Oh, my bad. I thought like you. He said he was pro dick riding, so I assumed it was a lady.
These heterosexist assumptions are part of the problem, my brother.
Heteronormal is, but all I'm saying is, look, I'm not gonna go into a whole long thing. Some of y'all out here in the world, I know y'all. I talk to y'all, and I see the way y'all talk in the group chat, and then I see the way y'all talk in public, and I want y'all niggas to know I don't respect you.
So you think that people be like in public, like this is the greatest thing ever, and on the low, like this shit was trash, or this shit was
no, I'm not saying that they're doing that specifically about this Kendrick song. Once again, the song is cool. I'm not saying that they're doing that. I thought that said Kim. I'm not saying that they're doing that about the Kendrick song. I'm just saying I know people that do it.
Yes, and there are media people who I don't even know if they're paid to do it. I think some of it is just they get the thrill from being close to it all. It's a fascinating phenomenon. I also think when somebody is on a hot streak, you're inclined to think it's better than it is. I remember when Blueprint 3 came out. I'm sorry, when Blueprint 2 came out. I really like Blueprint 3 more than most people. Blueprint 2 came out. That's a very average. It's a lot of filler on that album.
Yeah, because it's a double CD. But like, and he came back and he dropped one, the Blueprint 2.1, where it's just all the hottest, and it's a better record. But at the time that Jay-Z was popping, bruh, it's a whole fucking era of Jay-Z when niggas weren't fucking with Jay-Z. It's a whole era post Kingdom Come where I remember Run This Town comes out, bruh. Yeah. Run This Town comes out and people are like, oh my God, Kanye ate Jay-Z up or Jay-Z lost it, whatever. There was a whole era, even when Blueprint 3 comes out and people are going down the track listening to Blueprint 3, it's some joints on there, but people are like, some of this shit is not that hidden. Now, if you talk to the Jay-Z dick riders, basically the New York tri-state area, it was never a time when Hove got a little cold.
I think you're overstating his cold period.
Nah, it's not. Nah, I'm not.
I feel like But my only point was when Blueprint 1 comes out, it's considered a classic.
It's amazing.
He has all these streaks of features and mixtape cuts and all this shit. So when Blueprint 2 comes out, I remember people saying, this is when I was still a music writer. People were saying, oh, this album's another classic. It was their first instinct. And it was only after 2 weeks where they were like, wait a minute, I don't really want to hear a posse cut with Young Guns over Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is dumb. Like, just take the top 10 tracks.
I kind of like that record. Yeah,
I did. You would. I
kind of like that record.
but like, it's this idea that like we're inclined to like stuff more than we do. I think some people are being disingenuous on the group chat, but I think some people just want to believe that it's better than it. People wanted to believe Magna Carta, Holy Grail was some otherworldly masterpiece that was brilliant and we just didn't get. And even Hope said he thought it was his top 5 album. Then later on, you're like, oh wait, this just wasn't a good album.
It's like it's got some songs on there. It's cool. My thing is this: it's like we all been listening to something, right? We all been listening to something or watching a movie, and you've been to that point where you're like, is this shit whack? That's 3 in a row. Is this whack? Is this shit not? Is this shit not hidden? Like, I remember Ghetto D came out, and I was like, No Limit got the formula. Like, No Limit got the formula. I know you don't like No Limit because you're from Philly, and oh my God.
It just wasn't a lot of good music.
I love real hip hop. Where Non-Brigade at? Hey, play at Non-Brigade. Like, play Philly's Most Wanted. Like, hey, y'all got shout out Philly, shout out Boo, Philly Most Wanted. Hey, bro, I want to hear that motherfucking. Man, put that comment on. We ain't trying to listen to that shit. I know that's how y'all niggas was, like Jack, and then
we like good music.
You like good music, so you telling me that No Limit wasn't good music? That wasn't good music. Wow, that's bullshit, bro. See, this is the thing, bro.
Yeah, the Juvenile was hot. Wayne was hot. But y'all give me Silk the Shocker like it's the same thing.
Okay, so look. So here's the deal. This is what I say about Silk. Okay, wait. This is what I say about Silk. What I say about Silk is this. Silk is not a top tier artist, but Silk got a couple of joints. He got a couple of joints. And so exactly. Shout out to Melina. I can see your picture. What's up, girl? But like it, but Silk, all I'm saying is this. The game is to be sold, not told. MP The Last Don comes out after Ghetto D. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, this is not the same. It's not as good. Man, dudes was trying to like square up. Like they was such No Limit fans that they trying to square up. I'm like, bro, it's just music. It's like whatever. Kendrick Lamar can't make a whack song. I'm gonna be honest with you. Drake can't really make a whack song. Like Drake has his song making down to an art to where most Drake songs that you get are going to be quality Drake songs, but you're gonna compete. That's what I'm saying. But like,
I mean, I don't consider it a quality song. It's just. So
you don't consider a quality song being a song that, like, I mean, everybody has a style.
It's like if you listen to a whole Meg style, and I love Meg, right? But there was her first project. So many of the tracks were similar that it sounded like you were just in one long stretch of strip club.
Let me ask you this.
For example,
does all Sade's music sound the same? Right. So, like, when I'm saying, like, I would say no, but you know what I mean, right? Sade or Anita Baker. Like, some people have like very signature types of deals. Like an Anita Baker record will come on and you'll be like, is this Sweet Dreams? Is this Fairy Tales? Is this Rapture? You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, what I'm saying is, like, to me, a lot of this stuff is about like kind of what, like a lot of this stuff is. I love Sade, guys. I'm just saying
you should record this motherfucker,
man. She's got a very signature style and voice and tone that makes the music sound kind of similar. What? No. Wait a minute, they have totally turned on me. I can't believe I came in here the villain of the chat tonight. I'm now a Democratic shill who hates Sade. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. You know what? Fuck it, bro.
You talked about the Green Party, the room full of lefties, and you got more smoke about Sade.
Look, all I'm saying is this. I loved it. When I was asking that question, pull up. When I was asking that question, The question I was asking was, what's behind the drop of this record? Because it's not like the record itself was something that was so crazy different that Dot was like, I have to get that out. I'm like, what's coming? Like, what is this about? Like, what is he trying to say? I listened to that one more than I listened to any of the ones from the Beef, besides Not Like Us, which has achieved cultural ubiquity.
You in the West Coast, you ain't got no choice.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And so in church.
I'm just trying to figure out. I've listened to the song over and over again. Listen to while I was running. Listen to while I was in the gym. Listen to as much as I can in a couple of days since this came out, because I'm trying to figure out what's in here. What is he trying to say? Because it was kind of just a regular Kendrick song. Is all I'm saying.
But if we take the battle logic off, right, and the calculus, and we say maybe he's an artist that just had something to say, then the question becomes: is he saying anything different? He is.
He is.
And so maybe this song was just an idea and a sentiment, not only that was in him that he wanted to get out, but that he wanted to provide to the world. I think he's very didactic in his music, especially since To Pimp a Butterfly. That album in particular and this one. And I mean didactic both in the sense of very educational, pedagogical, but also very moralistic. And I think there's a way that he feels like he needs to teach us something about how to be in the world. Same way Lauren was. And it feels like that's what he's trying to do here.
I mean, I agree. I think he's always had a I mean, Mr. Morale, a lot of people that wasn't their favorite Kendrick project. Yeah, I was on the road with it. But there's a song on Mr. Morale about him and his father.
Yes.
That a year after I lost my dad, I could not get over there's only 4 or 5 times, a handful of times in your life where you hear something or you get into something or you see something and you go, Jesus Christ, I'm not the only one. No. I've listened to that record so many times, like so many times over and over and over and over and over again. And when you have that feeling about a record, the next 2 records after it, you kind of don't even hear them. Like on an album, a really standout song, the energy from that joint can take you on a couple. Maybe I'm not. The energy from that joint can take you on a couple of different rides. I've been in LA 20 years though, but I fuck with Dot. I love Dot. I think what Dot did this year was masterful, and I think it's about time that he took his crown. You know what I'm saying?
As what? For him, he's the best one of his generation.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He is.
I have to agree. I think I just wish he were better.
Oh shit.
No, this isn't like a Kendrick. I mean, in the way that like LeBron is the best of his generation, but I don't think he's Jordan. It's still a big ass deal to be LeBron. He's just not Jordan. Kendrick is a genius. He's a great artist. He's all the things. Cole, Drake, they're all in that mix. Drake's a little bit weird to me because he doesn't write all of it. He does not write a significant amount of it. Mm-hmm. And he just sings too damn much.
We don't know how much he doesn't write, by the way. We know songs that he hasn't written, but we don't, the calculus of what Drake has written and what Drake hasn't written, we don't know.
Fair enough, but these reference tracks are starting to leak, and that makes me frustrated.
And by the way, just to be honest with you, I was watching your great friend. I was watching a clip that popped up from your friend DJ Vlad on Twitter. It popped up, and Oskino, Philadelphia's own Oskino, is on there. And he's on there talking about the All I Need track from the Blueprint, which is my favorite song off the Blueprint. And you could ask, I could call my sister right now.
That's a strange ass cake.
Bruh, I could call my sister right now and she'll tell you that 2001 to 2002, that as soon as you walked in the house, all you heard was, you know what I'm saying?
The drums was knocking, I ain't gonna lie. But
love it. But that record, the beat, Beancat produced the beat, And the concept of the record is from that group Non-Brigade that I brought up. That's why they were top of mind. And then I went and listened to the song, and Jay-Z changed the lyrics, but the hook, the beat, the whole concept of the song is basically the same. Bruh, that's not that much different, dog. It's really not that much different.
Drake whole verses.
It's whole verses, but if you listen to the reference track, and I'm not holding water for either of these artists, because I really don't give a fuck. But I didn't know that was going on at all, is my point. If you listen to the reference track for 10 Bands, and then you listen to Drake's version of 10 Bands, Drake changed a lot of the lyrics that Quinn had on there. He changed a lot of the lyrics that he had on there. He kept some, but he changed some. He's giving academics, I feel you. But all I'm saying is this. I didn't realize that nobody was doing that. Like, no one. I didn't realize that was a thing.
I'm okay. Here's what I'm not okay. I'm just not okay with somebody writing someone's verse. If you're a pop star, fine. But no one should be writing my raps.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. Hooks, fine. Concepts, fine. But actually saying my actual raps, I'm not okay with that. So,
and there's more records than that.
What's that?
There's more records than that. There's songs that Majid Jordan did that Drake took the songs and recorded them. It's songs that Party did that Drake go, I hear that, I want it, took the song and recorded it. It's songs that The Weeknd did that he did the same thing.
Yeah, and look, and Drake writes for other people. Drake is a phenomenal rapper. I actually love Drake as a rapper. I don't believe that Drake has made a classic album. I know people love Take Care. I don't believe Drake has made a classic album.
He ain't got no classics.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why Kendrick is above him now. And he just mollywopped him in this debate. I mean, that ended the who's the best of your generation question. But Jay-Z, Nas, there's at least Ice Cube, in the 90s. There are people who I feel like were a better representation of the best of their generation than this crowd. That's all I'm saying.
Kendrick is fucking destroying Cube's career as a rapper. Cube is a GOAT. Cube is one of the greatest.
Are you talking about skill? Apple to apple.
No,
skill?
I'm talking about musical output.
No,
Kendrick has passed Cube without a doubt, bro.
Yes, he has. Killing him or he passed him.
Kendrick. What Kendrick has done rap wise, he's past Cube. He's significantly past Cube.
Okay, only if you don't count the fact that he wrote all of NWA's records.
Now you can count that. Count it.
If you count all of NWA's records, and then you got Death Certificate,
which is one record with NWA he was on. So he was on one record. He was on one album with NWA, and then he wrote some of Easy stuff, right? So that's that. And then by the time Strictly for My Niggas comes out, he's gone. I'm not Strictly for My Niggas,
but he's written
Niggas for Life. By the time he's gone, yeah.
But my point is, if you give him all of NWA, which to me is different than like he's not just one of three on NWA. I'm saying he's like or one of four. I'm saying he's writing the whole base of the whole record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got his run, Death Certificate,
Lethal Injection,
Kill It Will, Death Certificate. What's the other one I'm forgetting? I just said
Lethal Injection.
Lethal Injection, and then. So I'm not even getting to the Players Club, in the club shit. Right? I'm just talking about his.
That's because by that time he's no longer. By that time we can't compare.
That was a great song, but it was an outlier.
Yeah.
His core sound and his core work to me, he was the dominant rapper of the 90s. It's him and it's Rakim.
What are you talking about? You saying that Ice Cube was the dominant rapper of the 90s? I'm
saying that if in 1996, right? If you were to ask somebody who the top 5 rappers of all time, Ice Cube would be on most critics' lists of all time.
But
is that fair?
I'm saying that Cube is one of the few rappers that can say that at one time he was the number one guy in the game. He had that, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but that was actually a little bit earlier than 96. Because by the time 96 is out, it's Pac and it's Big. And Cube is not in the same league as those guys. And then after Pac and Big, it's gonna be Snoop. And then like Snoop past Cube. Snoop past Cube, Pac. And then by the time you get to and by the way, a lot of this has to do with also the fact that by this time in 96, Cube has made a change. Friday is out. And so he is not solely a rapper anymore. He is now vaulted to like the mid to top of Hollywood. And then that takes away from him rhyming a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. That's what, when I say 96, I'm not saying he was at the top of the game in 96. I'm saying at 96 that people were coming up with top 5 lists because Hove is just starting, right? Reasonable Doubt's just coming out. Snoop still only has, you know, I mean, obviously Doggy Style was an amazing album.
It was a cultural phenomenon.
But I don't think he's in people's top 5s. Right?
At that time, he definitely would have had to have been. In 96, he'd have had to have been.
Oh, that's a
in 96, he'd have had to have been. Like he was like Snoop was achieving. Like at 96, he'd have had to have been. Look, I'm not taking anything away from Cube, but what I'm telling you right now is Kendrick is on year 12 of a rap run.
Kendrick is special.
And so his career as a rapper, he's reached heights that Cube hasn't reached, that Cube didn't get to. Like he's far past Cube.
I think he's at the level. I think he's past Cube. I don't think he's far past Cube. And I think this year it's only reason that pushed him past Cube in terms of relative impact on their generation and on the genre. Again, because I'm holding Cube accountable for NWA.
Right.
And I think people forget how, not you, but others forget just how impactful Cube was, how big Cube was to the rap world when he makes that run. Kendrick is a better rapper. Kendrick is a better artist. Kendrick is a better musician. Kendrick's all better than Ice Cube. I'm not saying he's not. And Ice Cube wouldn't be my best example of who a better best was. I'm just saying that this crop of elite rappers, to me, unlike maybe any other moment, like there was a moment where I said, like, you got Kane, you got G-Rap, you got Rakim, you got KRS. I'm like, okay, cool. But then Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z are better than them. To me, on all levels, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then you got, you know, but now you got these guys, and I'm like, I don't want them over the other guys.
Yeah, we're getting
I don't want them over the other guys. And it's but Kendrick, it reigns supreme. I'm not taking anything again.
But also we're getting older,
and I'm trying to keep that in mind too.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, when the gang came to the South, bro, I'll just be real with y'all. Like I like that music more. It was like
Game, like West Coast G Unit Game.
Nah, listen, not Game. Game is amazing, by the way, but not Game. But I'm talking about like when the rap game came to the South.
I just want to make sure I understood. Okay.
When No Limit, Cash Money, and then in the 2000s, a time that people don't really give a lot of respect in terms of rap, but Jeezy to me super underrated as far as what he meant to hip hop. Like
movement,
like Jeezy, the whole nine, all of that shit. It was a big deal to me. Those guys are almost like a tweener generation, even Tip and the rest of those guys. They're a tweener generation, and Wayne comes in.
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm ever going to listen to Dot, Drake, or Cole and feel the same feelings I get from Pac or Big or shit, DMX. Yeah, it's just I'm older than those guys, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, it's like basketball. Objectively, though, you could be like, you know, Dr. J just wasn't as good, right? And Michael Jordan. It's like, it's hard for me. Kendrick is a wizard. That's some other shit, right? But for me, it's not about skill. I think the skill level is getting better in certain ways, right? The artistry sometimes is getting better. But like Drake is a pop machine. I don't want my goats in rap to be pop machines, right? Cole is a lyrical master, but still doesn't make a lot of compelling music. I don't find his music as compelling as I would like to, even though I love the way he fucking raps. I love the way he raps. But can he make an Illmatic? You know what I mean? Can he make a Stillmatic? Shit.
Right.
You know, I don't think so. You know?
Like when you look at Illmatic, though.
You must say something blasphemous.
No, I'm not. I like it. I love Illmatic, right? Like Illmatic is great. It's not my favorite Nas album at all, by any stretch of imagination. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Nas album at all. But Illmatic also has production from some of the greatest hip hop producers of all time. Illmatic is a very specific time in Nas's life. Like Doggy Style is a very specific time in Nas's life. Like Get Rich or Die Trying, which is almost starting to become underrated for
Truly
how
underrated at this point.
Yeah, like it's a very specific time. So, like, you know, to me, Good Kid, Mad City, it stands up with those albums, bruh.
Good Kid, Mad City is one of the hip hop, to me, top 10, and I could probably fight for top 5 solo debut albums. Get Rich or Die Trying's on that list too, along with Illmatic, you know, Ready to Die, Doggy Style. You know, there's some key ones there. I can't say enough great things about Good Kid. I still think that's his best album though.
Good Kid, Mad City, I do too.
I don't know.
Wait. No, see, you just is Illmatic Nas's best album? Is his first one. Is Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z's first album? Is his first one. It's not uncommon in hip-hop after you've lived a life of experiences and you're 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I don't think Reasonable Doubt is Jay's best album. I don't think Illmatic is Nas's best album.
That's crazy talk.
But it's not uncommon, particularly in hip-hop, for your first album to be your best album, because hip hop, the music is infused with such a rebellious, anti-establishment spirit that these guys start going to France. They start eating filet mignon. And you really, for that second and third album, I mean, you gotta give us a little bit more, and a lot of times it stops.
I don't hold it against anybody that the first album is their best album. To me, is what is the quality drop off between first and second, second and fourth, fourth and eighth? You know, that's the question for me. I don't think Reasonable Doubt is Jay's best work by any stretch. I think Reasonable Doubt might be his third or fourth best album at this point. I think Black Album is better. I think
Black Album is better too. I think
Blueprint is better too. And I think American Gangster is better. But that's just my own personal, you know, hot take, right? I wouldn't die on that hill, but I enjoy listening to it more. I'll say.
You like American Gangster, huh?
I love American Gangster. I don't think it's better. Too. I don't think it's better than Reasonable Doubt, but I like listening to it more. I'll say that. But when you talk about Illmatic, I mean, Illmatic to me is not his best work. Although, you know, I get why people like it was written better to listen to. I get why people like Stillmatic, although I don't think it's a better album. I get Godson to some extent. I
like Godson better.
I'm going to kill myself right now with this back scratch. I'm going to literally.
I got the 40 in the other room. I just got it.
I got 45 right here. I'm probably more dramatic. It's too predictable for me to blow my head off with a Desert Eagle. I figured this might track better.
You got a Desert Eagle? What the fuck?
So here's what happened.
Such an impractical gun.
Shit. This is what happened. I had a Kel-Tec 9mm when I was living in the hood years ago. And I went on vacation, came back, and the people who ran my building, I realized later, just basically kicked my door in to make it look like a robbery, and they took my gun. So, you know, when somebody breaks in your house, you don't ever feel exactly the same again. Yeah. When somebody breaks in your house and steals your gun, you feel really uneasy. It's not that it was coming back, but in my brain ain't worse. And my logic was, if you coming back with a 9, then I need something more powerful. I wasn't thinking about self-defense on the street, you know, I have a license to carry. I was thinking purely about what happens when they try to step back in my house with that little pea shooter. They about to get these hollow points from you know what I'm saying? They're gonna do a full flip. And so that became the house gun. You know, I have other guns, but that became the house gun.
My house gun is the Benelli M4 Shotty. Ooh. As soon as I rack it, you better hit the door, motherfucker. Pop, pop, wait, hey, we back here now. So my daddy used to say, hey, we back here. We back here. Boom.
Yo, that's the shit right there, man.
Anyway, but look, like it's this generation of hip hop. Like my favorite rapper of the last 15 years is not Cove, is not Kendrick, is not Drake. It's one Mr. J Electronica.
Here comes the New Orleans bias.
I'm not from New Orleans. I'm from Baton Rouge.
Excuse me, the Louisiana bias. Y'all not big enough to make distinctions between cities.
God damn. That's crazy. Philadelphia is basically New York Junior. But wow. But look, you don't fuck with Jay Electronica?
Jay Electronica is, in addition to being my friend, it is one I think is in my top. He's my real top five. My top five favorite. I can't justify it by productivity.
He's your talent. He's in your talent top five.
Well, I was listening to Jay literally before on my drive home from Newark. I was listening to what was I listening? I was listening to actually this was verse on Yates. The only time I listen to Donda is to hear his verse on Jesus God, Jesus Lord. But all his features are amazing. You know what I mean? Jay Electronica does something that I don't believe. You know what? He is who I want Kendrick to be. This is purely my own. This is content. This is preference. I'm not talking about talent, skill. I'm just talking about purely. Jay Electronica does this thing that is so abstract and beautiful, and he has the voice. He's got the content. Some people say it's a little too Nation of Islam centered, but to me, it's no more than Pusha T being too crack centered, coke centered. You know, like I'm okay with that being his thing, but he does a thing that it's hard to explain. Like what he's like the church you go to pray and the work is on the outside. What do you say? It's this great line about love songs and houseflies. But it's a thing.
Yeah. Staring out
the window is for love songs
and houseflies. Yeah.
Kendrick can't do that. Drake absolutely can't do that. Right. There's a thing that he can do, right? They all can do the double entendre, the wordplay. You know, I'm in New York now, like Akeem and Simi was trying to get this lobby door open from a semi buzz. That's some clever ass shit that Drake can do on his best day. It's not Kendrick's preference, but Kendrick could do it. Cole absolutely moves that way. But then there's this other thing that he does, right? That is so well read and informed and beautiful, along with the voice and the insight that makes me listen. Whenever Jay Electronica raps, I want to hear everything he has to say.
Yeah.
I just wish, and I relate to it. I relate to it on all the levels.
Yeah. I also relate to his cinephile streak. You know,
yes.
I swam through Schitt's Creek and came up clean with a new lease on life like Andy Dufresne. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute. He's been sitting down watching Shawshank Redemption just like, I'm like, what is he? I'm like, I understood that reference, sir, and it was very deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? But to me, you know, but he's my favorite. He's my favorite artist. But with artists like Jay Electronica and most artists, really, there's always a push-pull and a tug-of-war between artistic greatness and burnout. And I think that Jay, in my opinion, is afraid to be a high output artist because everything that he says is so important to him. You know, like everything that he says is so important to him. It doesn't see, there's no fat. He doesn't waste a bar.
Does not waste a bar. He's never wasted a bar.
Right. And it makes it seem like the music is actually really inspired.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't sign for years. What he signed with Roc Nation in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
So I just I really think that was because, and I haven't talked to Law about this, but I really think that was because he didn't want to have to make music. You know, which is
unfortunate because he's got so much to say. He's still got, you know, there's so much artistry, there's so many ideas, there's so much he wants to get out. The album that didn't come out, which, you know, some of it got incorporated, but that album that didn't come out that Blaze had on the hard drive, to me was an incredibly important album. And, you know, he took Shiny Suit Theory and he took another track too. No, maybe it's just Shiny Suit Theory. But he, you know, he put it on there. But all that shit, Letter to Phelan, all those songs.
Road to Perdition.
Right. Fucking amazing shit.
Yeah.
I I don't know, man. I think he's got enough important stuff now to at least have 2 albums.
Man, we're not getting another Jay Electronica album for a long time, bro. Why don't you tell him to rap?
You said tell him to rap?
Tell him to rap. That's your man. You used to rap, huh?
Yeah,
I could tell. I could tell, bro. I could tell. See, you started stumbling. It's like you started. I could tell, bro. I could tell you was around here rapping.
Man, yeah. That wasn't my ministry. I'll say that. That wasn't my ministry. But this is the autobiographical kind of analysis that Foho put up about why he don't rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, or like the extra Mr. You know, read the headlines, you know, who signed the contract and missed every deadline, which is how I feel. My editors feel too. It's like, I get that, right? And he's explaining why this shit is like, this shit ain't easy. You know, and he has a pressure on himself. I would have thought rapping in your 40s will create a kind of a freedom to it, right? Like, yo, like, I got a short window of time, you know. No one's expecting this right now. I can just go ham. But he really is an artist that cares about the output. Oh, you know, I want to ask you about, actually, what? Since you mentioned this LL track. Have you heard this LL joint?
With Eminem?
Just the whole album.
I heard the one. I seen the one with Eminem, and I seen a little bit of the video. I haven't really listened to it. Shout out to LL. I'll probably get to it this week.
Great album.
It's great.
It's a great album. Yeah, it's a great album, and I don't use that term loosely. I'm putting myself on the chopping block because I know some people that won't like it, but the production is perfect. The lyrics are amazing. If I didn't know and trust LL, I would think somebody ghost wrote it, like, because of the different styles and the content. No, that's not a diss. I'm saying I believe LL wrote it. I'm just saying, like, most people in their 50s can't produce at this level, with the level of skill, dexterity, diversity, and LL is delivered. Even on the Eminem track, he's. I mean, nobody can rap like Eminem, but like he's
spitting.
He there with Busta. He's doing all the 5% shit. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple love tracks. I'm trying to tell you, this shit is popping. Somebody sent in a and then I'll get to the last topic. But somebody asked us, and my answer is no. I haven't heard this album. Have you heard it?
She's phenomenal.
And the album's a masterpiece. Wow.
She's phenomenal.
All right, you're gonna have me listen to this on the way to daycare tomorrow.
And she's so good that it pisses me off.
The album is called Alligator Bites Never Heal. That alone she got me for that.
She's phenomenal, man. I'm not gonna start no shit, but she's so much better than these other ladies y'all paying attention to. She's so much better than them.
Really?
It's just is almost, when I listen to her and like Flo Milli and a handful of the other ladies that's out there right now doing their thing, I'm like, man, they drafted the wrong ones to, and she coming. Don't get me wrong. She with TDE. She with the right people, topping them and get her right. But when I'm not talking about. It's a couple people making music that their personas are so big that you strain in to listen to this music and go, yeah, I can see. Okay, right. I'm kind of fucking with it. All right, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I can listen to this song and that justifies some of the other stuff that I like about you. So you're good enough to be where you are. And then there's somebody who actually makes fantastic music, and the music is unpredictable. The music is melodic. It's catchy. She's got a beautiful voice, a beautiful flow. The song structure is there, and you like, man.
Right. An authentic version of Drake. I like this. Yeah, I will check it out tomorrow while I'm driving in. I've tried to make sense of the Sexy Red phenomenon. I've tried to make sense of some of these people, you know, where I'm like, some people can rap it, and I just don't enjoy it. Some people can't rap. I mean, I'm shocked at how many people in this generation literally cannot rap. I feel like I know I sound old now because I remember hearing that about singers when people are like, your generation can't sing. And saying that. Some of these motherfuckers can't rap. Like they literally cannot rap. But there are the Tierra Wax in the world who can. There are there are dope ass people who can.